Find a seat of your choice, either sitting on your shins with a block in between your legs like I'm doing here, or any other position, cross-legged or sitting on a bolster. If you'd prefer to start lying down, feel free. The theme of the practice today is sustainability. And so the offering as we move through the practice is continue to check in. Is this serving where I am today? And if it's not, maybe take it down a notch, or maybe rest. One of the greatest gifts that I found in my pregnancy is this idea of deep listening. Instead of assuming what I need, checking in constantly. Will this serve where I am right now? Keep your hands where they are. Bring one hand to your belly, other hand either to the heart or on top. What am I arriving to the mat with today? In terms of energy level, in terms of mental state. Breathe all the way up into your chest. Breathe all the way back into your back body. Envision you're filling up this whole vessel with breath. Opening your eyes and reach your arms overhead. Splay your fingers out wide and envision with each breath that you're drawing down what we call heavenly energy. Drawing energy from the sky, from the universe down into our bodies. And then next time you exhale, flip the palms out to the sides and very slowly lower your hands down by your sides. Bring your hands through prayer and bring the prayer through the heart center. And inhale, reach that prayer up towards the sky. And exhale, open your arms out into a V shape. Inhale again, imagine that you're drawing that energy from up above into the body. Then exhale, palms out to the sides and reach your arms out to the sides and down. Hands come through prayer. Inhale, take the prayer through the heart and up towards the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, open the arms out into a V shape. Inhale, lift up through the sideways. Draw the energy from up above into the body. And then exhale, arms out to the sides and down. Hands come through prayer and go up Sushumna, your main energy channel, through the center of you all the way up to the heavens. Open the arms out into a V shape. Inhale, lift up through the sideways, draw the energy in. And then exhale, arms out to the sides and down. Inhale, hands move through prayer And bring them to the heart center. Stay here as you exhale, bowing your chin softly towards your chest. May I make decisions that nourish body, mind, and baby. Opening your eyes, move the blocks out to the sides. And then make your way onto your back so you can roll over to one side and come down. And then knees bent, feet on the ground. Take your hands to your thighs. As we move through this, I want you to really pay attention to your own body. If this ever feels like too much, just put your feet on the ground and rest. If you're coming with me, lift your feet up off the ground so your calves are parallel to the earth, and then gently press your hands into your thighs into your hands. And again, if this ever feels like too much, just put your feet on the ground. You can do all of this with your feet on the ground. Gently puff up the back body with your breath and feel how your core begins to engage. Soften the jaw. Find a place where you feel soft intensity, meaning you don't have to grind your teeth to be there. So where is that for me, my own body? Next time you exhale, bring your feet down to the ground. Inhale through the nose and exhale that out your mouth. Whoa. We're going to do that again. And if at any point it feels like too much, just put your feet down on the ground, and you can do all this with your feet on the ground. If you're coming with me, lift your feet up off the ground, calves parallel to the earth, and then begin to press your hands into your thighs back into your hands. And again, you can play with how intense this is. The more you press, the more intense. So find a place where there's a sweet challenge, meaning you can still breathe deep, jaws relaxed. Next time you exhale, both feet come down to the ground. Woofda. Here we go again. Feet up off the ground, calves parallel to the earth. Press thighs into hands, hands into thighs. Gently press the back body into the ground and puff up the front body with your breath. Puff up the side waist. Next time you exhale, both feet to the ground. From here, reach your arms directly up to the sky, soft bend the elbows, bring the fingertips a touch, and then lift your feet up off the ground. Take a deep breath in with calves parallel to the earth, and as you exhale, bring your left toes to lightly touch the earth. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, right toes tap. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left toes tap down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right toes tap down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower left toes tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right toes tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left toes tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right toes tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left toes tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release both feet to the ground. Woofda, woofda, woofda. Opening your eyes and come on up to sit. Come forward onto hands and knees. Child's pose. Take your knees out to the sides, hips to heels, forehead to the ground, or you can grab a block like I'm doing here and rest your forehead on the block. Arms wherever they are comfortable by your sides. You can do again what I'm doing, forearms on the ground, palms facing up. Soften your jaw and deepen your breath. And slowly lifting the head up. Make your way into down dog, hips up to the sky behind you. Move around like yourself, bike pedal your legs, wiggle out your hips, or be perfectly still. And slowly walk your feet forward, come to the front of your mat, come into Uttanasana. Take your feet as wide out to the left and to the right as it feels good in your own body. And then with your knees bent, slowly roll yourself up to stand, Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale and sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands move through prayer and into the heart center, Tadasana. Opening the eyes, inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, bow, standing forward fold, bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, flat back. You can put your hands on blocks, hands on shins or forearms to thighs. Exhale, fingertips to the ground and step your right foot back into a lunge. Inhale and circle the arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, hands down by the front foot. On the inside of the front foot, go ahead and walk your left foot out to the left and then step back, down dog. Inhale, coming forward into plank pose, upward push-up position. Exhale, put your knees down on the ground, sit back on your heels, and slide your hands towards you. Come sit up on your heels. Take your hands behind you to your lower back. Gently hug your elbows in and just inhale and gently arc the upper spine. Then exhale, slide your hands down your thighs and forward, downward dog. Take your hips up to the sky. Inhale, reach your right leg up, three-legged dog. And exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, lower your back knee down to the ground. Inhale, circle the arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, hands move through prayer, hands the inside of the front leg, and step your left foot to meet your right one. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the chest forward, any arm variation. Exhale, bow, standing forward fold. Root down through both your legs and inhale, stand up, sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands move through prayer in front of the heart, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, bow forward and down, bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, flat back, hands wherever they work, onto blocks, shins, or forearms on thighs. Exhale, hands to the inside of the legs, and then go ahead and step your left foot back into a lunge. Lower the left knee down to the ground, and inhale, sweep the arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, hands on the inside of the front leg, and go ahead and step back, down dog, hips up to the sky. Inhale, coming forward, plank pose, upward push-up. Exhale, knees to the ground, hips to heels. Come on up to sit on the heels, sliding your hands towards you. Take your hands to the lower back, hug the elbows in, and inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, slide your hands down your thighs towards your knees, out in front of you, downward dog, hips up to the sky behind you. Inhale, left leg goes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Feel free to help it forward, lower your back knee to the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the inside of the front leg. Step forward. Inhale, flat back, your choice with what happens with your arms. Exhale and bow. Root down through both your legs. Inhale, stand up, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, hands in prayer. Opening the eyes, chair pose, bend the knees, lower the hips, and inhale, reach the arms overhead. And as you exhale, see if you can sit down a little bit deeper with your bum. Press down through your heels and reach up through all 10 of your fingers, lengthening the sideways, and then puff up the back body with your breath, like we were pressing into the ground earlier when we were lying on our backs. Feel your breath. Shift your weight into your left foot, lift your right foot up off the ground, and then step your right foot back into a high lunge. And you can always put your back knee on the ground if this ever feels like too much. Now bend your back knee a little bit, gently lift pubic bone towards belly button, and then bring your hands to your outer hips and square the front of your pelvis towards the front of your mat. If you can, bend deeper into your front knee, but see how this goes. And then reach your arms up to the sky. Keep scissoring the inner thighs towards each other, lifting up through the fingertips, through the side waist. Soften your jaw. Next time you exhale, hands down on either side of the front foot or on the inside of the front foot, and then step back, down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank, put your knees on the ground, and then as you exhale, take your knees a little further out behind you so that you're on a diagonal from your shoulders to your hips to your knees. Take a deep breath in and exhale, lower down halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower, Chaturanga. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, take your hips back and come stand up on your knees, Ustrasana, camel pose. Take your hands to your lower back, fingers face up or down. So this is a modified camel. We're not going into a deep back bend. It's actually working more of its chest opener. So just hug the elbows in, lift the chest up without curling the upper spine. And then come upright with your torso, take your hands out in front of you, and make your way back into down dog, hips up to the sky behind you. Inhale, reach your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward, lower your left heel to the right for warrior two. Cartwheel your arms out into a T shape, opening up your torso towards the left side of your mat. And then as you bend deeper into your front knee, press the outer edge of your back foot into the ground. Gently squeeze the heels towards each other. Feel how that engages the inner thighs, and then reach out through all 10 of your fingers, lengthening the arms, lengthening the side waist. Soften the jaw, connect to a gaze point, and quite simply breathe deep. Modified side angle pose. Go ahead and put your right forearm on top of your right thigh, either left arm directly up to the sky or overhead towards the front of the mat. Line your arm up with your ear. Press the outer edge of your back foot into the ground. Lengthen your spine forward towards the front of your mat. And then being light on your bottom arm, roll your chest open towards the left and up towards the sky. Root down through both your legs. Deepen your breath into your side waist, into your heart. Next time you exhale, cartwheel your hands down by your front foot, and then go ahead and scoot your right foot back about 2 feet, and then pivot both your feet to the right, modified side plank. With your left hand on the ground, reach your right arm up to the sky, and then lift your outer hips higher up to the sky. And if this ever feels like too much, you can always put your forearm on the ground. Next time you exhale, go ahead and step, three-legged down dog. Take your right leg up to the sky behind you. Come forward into plank and take your right knee to your right tricep, your right upper arm. And then as you exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, coming forward, right knee to right upper arm. Exhale, take it up, three-legged dog. Inhale, coming forward, knee to tricep. Exhale, take it up to the sky. Inhale, coming forward, and exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee down to the ground, and then tent out your fingertips and reach your chest forward and up. I like to call this upward facing lizard pose. And then breathe into the left side of your pelvis. Breathe into your inner right thigh on the right. Lift your back knee up off the ground and go ahead and step forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the chest forward. Then exhale, bow. Standing forward fold. Root down through both your legs and inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands in prayer. With hands in prayer, quite simply breathe and feel. Opening the eyes, chair pose, bend the knees, lower the hips, and inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then as you exhale again, see if you can sit down a little bit deeper with your butt. Press your heels into the ground and imagine you had a block in between your thighs. Gently hug the inner thighs towards each other. Keep that and then hug the belly button just gently in and up and reach through your fingertips. Chair pose is also sometimes translated as lightning bolt pose. So breathe into the electricity you're creating through this shape. Shift your weight into your right foot, lift your left foot up off the ground, and go ahead and step your left foot back into a lunge. You can always put your left knee on the earth. Take your hands to your outer hips and square the front of your pelvis towards the front of your mat. And you can always bend your back knee as we do this. It gives your lower back space, especially as our babies begin to get bigger and bigger in our bellies. Front thighs going directly out in front of you. Lift your back heel up nice and high. Connect to a gaze point out in front of you and just breathe deep into your legs. Next time you exhale, hands on either side of the front foot or on the inside of the front foot. I'll leave that to you. Step back, down dog. Inhale, coming forward into plank pose. Lower your knees to the ground. And we're going to take those chaturangas. You can always hold plank pose or just rest in child's pose, so no pressure to come with me. If you're coming with me, lower down halfway, lift back up again. Lower down halfway, lift back up. Lower down halfway, lift back up. Lower down halfway, lift back up. Lower down and lift. And then slide your hands towards you. Come stand up on your knees, a variation of modified camel. So it's not a deep back bend. This is mostly for the chest opening, okay? So your hands on your lower back, hug your elbows in towards each other, and just quite simply lift the sternum, the breastbone up towards the sky. Keep your lower back long. So the idea is I don't want you to feel a stretch in your belly. I want you to feel an opening in your chest. Come upright with your torso. Take your hands out in front of you and make your way back into down dog. Inhale, reach your left leg out behind you, three-legged downward dog. And then exhale, go ahead and step your left foot forward in between your hands. Lower your right heel towards the left and cartwheel your arms out into a T-shape, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Press both heels down into the ground, reach out through all 10 of your fingers, and then gently hug the belly in and up, just a very gentle lengthening the lower back. Connect to a gaze point out in front of you and quite simply breathe down into your legs. Breathe out into your arms. Modified side angle pose, left forearm on top of left thigh, and then either right arm directly up to the sky or right arm over right ear towards the front of your mat. Press your back heel into the ground even more and reach your right arm forward, lengthening the right side waist. And then being super light on your left forearm, roll your chest open to the right and up to the sky. Deepen your breath. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down by your front foot, plant your palms, and then go ahead and step your left foot back about half a foot towards the back of your mat. Pivot both your feet to the left, and with your right palm on the ground, inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky, modified side plank. Lift the outer hips up to the sky and see how that stretches out your outer left hip and engages your right side waist. Next time you exhale, palms come down to the earth and go ahead and step, three-legged downward dog. Take your left leg up to the sky. Inhale, come forward to plank and get your left knee to touch your left tricep, and exhale, reach it up to the sky. Inhale, coming forward, left knee to tricep. Exhale, take it up to the sky. Inhale, coming forward, knee to tricep. And then as you exhale, lightly step your left foot to the outside of your left hand and lower your right knee down to the ground. Tent out your fingertips, upward facing lizard pose. Draw your shoulders onto your back and reach your chest forward and up. And then breathe into the front of the pelvis on the right side, inner right thigh, left hamstrings. Next time you exhale, lift your back knee up off the ground, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, Malasana yogic squat, bend your knees, come down. You can always sit on a block or sit on the ground if this doesn't work for you. And then press your elbows to your knees out to the sides, and then lift your beautiful heart. Come back to your breath. Opening your eyes and sit your booty down on the ground. Roll to one side and lie down on your back. Bend your knees and place your feet down on the ground. We're going to come into bridge pose. If you want to put a block underneath your sacrum instead of taking an active one, feel free. If you're coming with me, lift your hips up to the sky and then exhale, bring them down about 3/4 of the way. Inhale, lift them up, and exhale, lower them down. Inhale, lift them. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 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 Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. And this time hold here. And you can interlace your fingers underneath you, or just put a block underneath you, or just stay as you are and breathe into those amazing glutes of yours. And then slowly make your way onto your back. Bring your bum down onto the ground. Feet wide, knees towards each other, and arms wherever they are comfortable by your sides, overhead. With your feet as wide as the mat, gently begin to windshield wipe your knees from side to side. And then slowly roll over to one side and make your way up to sit. We're going to sit together for a bit. If you'd prefer to lie in Shavasana, feel free. If you're coming with me, one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Close your eyes and quite simply breathe into your torso. If you're lying in Shavasana, stay there as long as you like. If you're seated with me, bow your chin softly towards your chest. Namaste. If you like that video, you'll probably like these. And if you want more videos, go to my membership site. Either way, let's stay connected.